Hey everyone, welcome. I am Luis Felipe, and today I wanted to do this special presentation coming to you for Haven Cubs. This is called Haven Cubs Midnight Live, where it's basically a little preview of what's to come with this new venture, this new series I'm launching very, very soon. But I wanted to do this sort of touching base and sort of letting the world know what's going on. So, as you all may know or may not, um, I'm a multiple time series creator. Behind me are the banners of two of my series, which are right there. My last series that I launched, which was at Flipper Cinema, which is Echo Reality Champs. And to my other side is Mascara Fighters, the flagship series that I launched over a decade ago and have been able to travel and grow a lot. In the other corner, you can see a little bit right there. That's the other series, the second series I followed, which was Diamond Series. And the big purple banner is for Kelly Collider. But today, we're going to be focusing on Haven Cubs. This is, like I said, a preview to what's coming up in the future. Now, let me right here just share the link. Because it is going live, I have to do this type of stuff. And there we are. So, that being said, let me get this a little bit turned around so you can see better. So, this series deals with giant talking anthropomorphic characters. And the two leads are right here, that are the lead good guy and the lead bad guy, right here in the green. Scroll down there a little bit so you can see the layout better. This right here is Doc Janelle Diaz. He is the lead good guy, and he becomes this character right here. He transforms into this giant white forest bear. And I call him Leader Bear 1. So that's him. Now, the lead hero needs a lead villain, and the lead villain is right here, Doc Lázaro Santos, and he becomes Pythonimus, which is this giant python character behind him. Also, since this is a show with anthropomorphic characters, I wanted to show this. This is the bear. That's, the DNA used. And this is Leader Bear 1 in his animal form, basically. And this right here is Pythonimus in his form. Now, a little more backstory on this. This is made, these are the first evers. So I am slowly trickling out some content for the social medias, through the channels, through everything. But the official launch hasn't happened yet. That's why I wanted to do this video, to address a few things. Like I said, number one, I haven't launched this yet officially, so I can't say a lot more than that, but you guys get what I'm trying to say here. That it is on its way. It is definitely on its way. And it's a lot of world building and it's a lot of fun as well, but like I said, this is still, I haven't launched it just yet. I haven't announced the final launch for it. So I can't talk about specific plot lines or, this happens because of this and that happens because of that at the moment. But that is definitely coming, and I wanted to make that crystal clear. Now, since doing this little live stream one of the questions that has been kind of popping up is like, why do a fifth one? Now, I'll address it more when I do the official launch and give a date to it and everything. But the short answer is, it's in me. This is literally in me. It's in my blood. It's honestly just very much what's me now. I have a lot of things I can show, well, but I can't at the same time because, like I said, this isn't the launch. So for multiple reasons, I can't talk about this or that. But the things that I can talk about that I'm pretty excited for are a little bit of the growth for it. So what's going to be on it? What's going to be, covering it? So with this, going to be starting off with some vlogs. So you're going to be seeing vlogs coming out fairly frequent. So I'll be covering more or less the journey of what is becoming Haven Cubs in the real world, because a lot of this stuff, it's my imagination, or, oh, I want to do this, but now when I go out there, or I launch this, or I talk about that, it becomes a real thing. It becomes a real journey. And I have done this for my 4 other shows. And I do this because I think it's super important to sort of chronicle how the series grows, because you could just see the final product. Oh, that's a nice little, short, or that's a nice little thing. But no, like, if you get to see the vlog, you get to actually, join me on the ride that is making Haven Cubs, making this show live, because that's what I do. And it is, in my opinion, fun. And it's also something that I've been really excited about, but I've also wanted to see in other things, because, we all have inspirations, or we all have things we've liked. But, with modern age, I think it's fun to, hey, look, this is the process of it. So that's why there's going to be vlogs. There's going to be animated shorts, by the way. So you're going to see little adventures for A or B reasons with this. Now, the animated shorts, they're going to vary because they're not a linear timeline. They're just like standalone episodes or standalone adventures. So sometimes they can be in 2D, sometimes they can be in 3D, sometimes they can be stop animations, sometimes they can be the actual physical product here, which I, made and stuff like that. And beyond that, I like to show the process of it, because I think if you can stand by your product, stand by your character, stand by your world, it makes you more authentic, especially in 2025 and 2026, where, this new world, being authentic and being, quote unquote, real with it, as real as you can be. I think there's validity to that. So there's that. Also, language-wise, I am going to be doing a lot of stuff. Everything I do, I'm going to do it dually. So I'm going to do everything in English, and then I'm going to do a version in Spanish. So when I finish this presentation today in English, I will be doing another presentation in the same strain in Spanish, because I'm Latino. I think it's super important to represent, my people. Why not? Why wouldn't I want dual audiences to like my stuff? As much as sometimes you can talk in Spanglish or in slang or this or that, I think it gets lost, especially when you're trying to, show a new IP, because that's what this is. This is a brand new IP, and this is a brand new day, basically. And I don't want people to be confused. Oh, this meant this in English, or that meant that in Spanish. No, I'll do it in English, and then I'll do it in Spanish, like I've done for all of my other shows. So that was another important thing. Beyond that, there's also going to be a subline called Haven Cubs Expressions. Haven Cubs Expressions is going to be pretty fun. It's going to be expressions of what the character looks like: happy, angry, sad, mumbling, stressed out, things like that, which is pretty cool to be able to do. Now, those have actually been building blocks along with the physical prototypes for a lot of content. So you will be seeing the expressions line pretty pretty regularly. I have it laid out for the next 3 years what the expression subline is going to be for Haven Cubs. So you're going to have like over 10 seasons I already have planned out. About 7 of them are already uploaded and time released, and everything is ready to go at its proper time. Like I said, this isn't the launch, this is just a lay of the land to basically show what's happening and what's going to be happening moving forward. So there's that. Also, since I'm a toy maker, yeah, or duh. So since I'm a toy maker, I made the toys, and that's actually where the show was born. Because a little backstory on it, as a cartoonist or as an animator, what have you, as a creative person, you have a million ideas. And this specific series, I had worked on it, done some drawings for it, this or that, but I hadn't finally put it together. And then one day I was, in my dorm, I was, hanging out, and I got some putty and I started playing around and I started making figures, and I didn't think I was gonna it was making the figures actually inspired, because I always knew, okay, I want these to be the good guys, that to be the bad guys, but I didn't have a real storyline to it. And all of that kept building as I was physically building the figures, which is kind of crazy to even think about, because I mean, it's weird. Like, everybody has their process of creating and coming up with things like that, but I I literally build them physically, and then like, okay, so he looks like this, she looks like that, they look like this. So there's animals, and like, there, like I'm literally like I'm making it with materials and letting it dry and then painting it, and then oh man, that's what it looks like. So that's the toy maker in me that blended into the cartoonist in me. Like they just like came together very naturally, very organically, and a lot faster than I thought it would, because I didn't think I would be actually launching a show this close to another show, because right here is Mascara Fighters, but right here, Echo Reality Champs, I I had just launched it, in very recently in the spring of this year. So why would I, this has a lot of content and that has a lot of content, but why would I expand myself into, having another IP or creating another thing? But it's just like having it in hand. There's no substitution for actually feeling a product in hand, which is one of the beautiful things that I've been able to experience doing Comic Cons or doing any sort of promotions or conventions promoting Mascara Fighters, Diamond Series, Kelly Collider, Echo Reality Champs, and I will be for Haven Cubs. So wanted to make that, sort of abundantly clear. Now, the toy maker part of me, since I'm a toy maker and a modeler, these figures, they come into stages to what they look like, to what they're gonna look like, and things like that. So you can actually check that out across social media. Is a lot of the toy in its phases, like, oh, this is the armature, this is the head of the character, this is the head blank with no paint, oh, this is the head, torso, and the arms, or oh, this is the legs pieces, because you build these figures that way. And like I said, this is a preview. It is approximately midnight, so I wanted to do that. Midnight. Yeah, I'm sort of a night owl, and I think it's kind of cute to even do this, because since it's giant talking animal like humanoid, human-like characters, why not? Howl at the moon type thing. So there's that. There's also other content, and I'm going to be doing special presentations with these characters and other things and other toy related things, or special events, like if I'm at a convention or I'm at a movie theater or wherever I may be, living the brand or giving the brand life, because I also pride myself on being the brand representative. I try to be as best representative for my brand as possible. Am I perfect? No, God, no. But I try. So there's that. Now, since this is a preview, I thought that's pretty good place to stop with my, sort of layout of things, and actually show you some more previews. So let me start with the big banner that's gonna be actually made to, like these. And this is the first time I show it to anybody, so you all are seeing the first look. Here it is. This is gonna be the big banner, and it has the character right here of Doc Janelle Diaz turning into Leader Bear 1, and it has Doc Lázaro Santos turning into Pythonimus. It also has the teams and the logos and a bunch of other stuff that, like I said, this is a preview for it, but that's super vital to the brand creation and the life of the show. Now, logo-wise, here it is. Here's the logo for Haven Cubs. And you're going to see this everywhere. I printed this on white so you can see it as clear as possible. Everything's going to have havencubs.com because that is the website. And obviously it makes sense, but they want to show that right there. Also, it's on my shirt, as this is the first version of the shirt ever. But right here, this is the same logo, but actually with the subline, which is Ghost Animal Factions Fight, which will give you an idea of where it's going, where I'm going with the show, because these are not the only talking animal humanoid characters in the show. There's a lot of them. So there's that. Now, moving on from that, right here. These are the three main logos for the three different factions. This is going to be the faction for the good guys, which are the Haven Cubs. The bad guys right here, that are the Ghost Pythons, and the secondary team of bad guys, which is the Reed Righteous, the Native Righteous, if you will. Right here, that's the Native Righteous. That's their symbols, and hope you can see it pretty clearly. Then, what do? What are the leads, right? What are the lead characters? So, these are the lead characters. These are the characters that are the series protagonists. I'll get into their names and their powers and all that stuff, but this is what they are. This right here is a drawing version of Leader Bear 1. This is Census Diaz. This is Ariel Diaz. This is Batro Diaz, Night Lion Diaz, and Lightspeed Diaz. They're all named, subnamed Diaz because they are all the sons of the lead character. So there's another little breadcrumb for the future, if you will. Now you got good guys, you got, characters that, these giant talking animals. You gotta have some bad guys, right? So let me give you a preview of the bad guys. The Ghost Pythons right here. As you can see right there. This is Pythonimus. Then the oldest son, which is right here, Danger Dal Santos, Christy B. Santos, Rockfin Santos, Burden Santos, Misty Cat Santos, and that's the team. This is the team of the bad guys. And yes, there's toys of all of this stuff. There's prototype first ever toys. So if you're subscribing online or through any of the social media channels or you're going to start seeing these things sprinkle out. So just stay tuned and follow and things like that, and you should be up to date. Thank you so much for joining me for this special live presentation. It was, like I said, a preview, a midnight preview. And I think we're done for today. Thank you so much again. Thank you for the support for any of my shows or any of my ventures or anything like that. And I will catch you all next time. Bye. Bueno, bienvenidos señoras y señores. Disculpa, mi nombre es Luis Felipe y yo soy el creador de Máscara Fighters. También he creado otras series animadas y ven alrededor del cuarto todas las diferentes series y personajes de que he creado. Pero hoy estoy dando un avance de medianoche, por eso el evento se llama Midnight Live, porque estoy haciendo este video a medianoche en vivo. Y quería hablar sobre la nueva serie de que es Haven Cubs, un poquito. Para empezar, Haven Cubs va a ser mi quinta serie animada. Tengo otra serie, he creado Máscara Fighters, Diamond Series, Kelly Collider, Echo Reality Champs, y ahora número 5 es, aquí mismo, los Haven Cubs. Ok. Ahora esta serie va a ser una serie animada y va a ser a través de todas las redes sociales, va a tener contenido en inglés, pero todo el contenido que he hecho en inglés también va a estar en español. Como había dicho hace como 20 minutos cuando empecé la presentación, la mitad de la presentación en inglés. Todo lo que yo hago siempre lo he hecho en 2 lenguajes. Para todas mis series hago la versión en inglés y después la versión en español. Y así que por eso ahora estoy en el segmento de español, disculpa, para Haven Cubs. Y así que si ven una mini película o ven algo, créanme, la versión en español está ahí también. Ahora, va a estar a través de las redes sociales, también va a estar a través de havencubs.com y ese es lo más básico de que puedo decir sobre ello. Aquí pueden ver los juguetes de que yo diseñé a mano, de que son los personajes principales, de que aquí ves a Doc Janelle Díaz, de que es el líder de los héroes, de que se convierte en este personaje que es Leader Bear One, y ese es el lead, el protagonista principal de los villanos, de que es Lázaro Santos, de que se convierte en Pythonymous. Y ahora aquí pueden ver las versiones de animales de ellos, porque esta serie tiene animales grandes de que hablan y pelean y hacen cosas. Era importante poder cubrir eso. Ahí pueden verlo. Como he creado otras series, más o menos sé el camino. No seré perfecto, pero sé el camino de lo que quiero hacer con esta serie, de que ya había hecho con las otras series. Así que, por más difícil que sea, ya sé cómo hacerlo. A mi manera, yo sé que no es perfecto, pero igual a mi manera. Tengo la camisa puesta, estoy representando las figuras aquí. Y como hago juguetes, ahora estoy empezando a despacito lanzar a través de redes sociales y cosas así los videos y contenido para los juguetes. Y así que van a poder verlos en diferentes etapas. Van a poder ver estos juguetes en la etapa de, por decir, esta es la cabeza de la figura X, por decir. Ahora es el brazo de figura X. Aquí está la figura entera, pero no tiene pintura. Cosas así voy a estar cubriendo y van a poder ver videos sobre eso, para que sepan. Ahora, como este es un avance, quería enseñar un poco de las cosas de que voy a estar avanzando hoy día. Y vamos a empezar con aquí el banner de que va a ser el banner grande, de que va a ser como estos, de que hoy ya lo mandé a imprimir porque hay que hacer, hay que crear esto físicamente, porque este es un printout nomás de muestra, pero ahí pueden ver el banner de que va a estar a través de todo. Ahora el logo de que van a ver en todo lo que tiene que ver con Haven Cubs es este. Lo printé en blanco para que puedan verlo bien claramente, de que aquí dice Haven y Cubs. Y la dirección del website principal es havencubs.com. Todo el contenido va a tener havencubs.com a través de los días, años y lo que dé la serie. Ahora, aquí está el logo, pero ya con su subtítulo de que es Ghost Animal Factions Fight. Y así que es traducido en animales de que son fantasmas pelean, básicamente, para traducirlo en lo más obvio. Pero como dije, aquí van a ver a través de todo el havencubs.com y aquí están las redes sociales de que hablaré un poco más en otro video cuando ya haya lanzado esto completamente. Pero por ahora, como este es un avance, ahí vamos a dejar ese tema. Ahora, los logos, las insignias de que van a enseñar los personajes, los buenos, los malos. Así. Aquí están los logos principales. Este logo de que ven aquí es la insignia de los superhéroes de que son los Haven Cubs, los supervillanos de que son aquí los Ghost Pythons y finalmente Native Righteous de que son aquí el segundo equipo de villanos porque creo que es más interesante teniendo más villanos. Ahora, para enseñar un poquito más, quería enseñar los personajes principales, los héroes y los villanos. Así que estos son los equipos principales. Aquí pueden ver a los Haven Cubs. Este es Leader Bear One, de que ves aquí. Este es Census Díaz, Ariel Díaz, Night Lion Díaz, Lightspeed Díaz y Batrol Díaz. Se llaman con el apellido de Díaz porque son los hijos, formalmente, o más o menos, son los hijos de el papá de que es Doc Janelle Díaz, por eso tiene su apellido, de que es Leader Bear One. Ahora, igual que los superhéroes, quería hacer lo mismo para los supervillanos. Y así que aquí pueden ver los villanos de la serie de que se titulan los Ghost Pythons, de que son Pythonimus, Misty Cat Santos, Rockfin Santos, Burn Santos, Danger Dow Santos y finalmente Christy B. Santos. Y ahora pueden ver los dos, los héroes y los villanos en el mismo shot, por decirlo. Y como dije, este es un avance más o menos enseñando y hablando un poquito sobre lo que va a venir en el futuro. Este no es el lanzamiento oficial ni nada de eso, es un avance para ver y más o menos tocar base, porque la serie va a crecer bien rápidamente, va a tener blogs, va a tener la sublínea de expressions, de que si han visto mis otras series ya saben de que son expresiones de las caras de los personajes hechos en capítulos, en formas de capítulos. También van a tener mini películas y diferentes aventuras y cosas así. Y espero de que les haya gustado este video. Gracias por ver la parte en inglés para aguantar hasta la parte en español. Se les agradece de que han llegado aquí a casi media hora con un avance que creo que ha sido bien informativo para ustedes. Y echen su comentario, repartan esto si están interesados en eso y que tengan buen día y nos vemos. Gracias.